What's going on, guys? JSGC here, back again for another football video, where today we're going to be doing my Premier League predictions ahead of matchday number 34 in the Premier League. So before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe. Social media links are in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up on the video and do let me know your predictions in the comments below. Finally, this video is sponsored and brought to you by SofaScore, who are going to keep you guys up to date with all the latest football scores from around the grounds. They'll keep you up to date with the latest match information, along with the latest team news and so much more. They'll also keep you up to date with all the other information and scores across all the other sports that you guys love to follow, all in one place, all in one app. Don't forget, it is a free app to download, very highly rated, and anyone that does download using my link in the description or the QR code on screen does help to support the future content created here on my channel. So just having a look at my performance in matchday number 33. Not my best at all. Scored myself a 2 out of 10. No correct scores. No correct scores. Not good enough. 4 correct results, 6 incorrect. Not my best performance. So, starting off then on Saturday 19th of April as a quick summary. Brentford against Brighton. I had that down as a 2-1 Brentford win. Finished 4-2. Crystal Palace against AFC Bournemouth. I had that down as a 2-1 Crystal Palace win. That finished 0-0. Everton against Manchester City. I had that down as a 1-1 draw. That finished 2-0 to Manchester City. And a big step for them to Champions League football for next season. West Ham against Southampton. I had that down as a 2-0 West Ham win. Southampton grinding despite being relegated already, finishing 1-1 there, showcasing really a bad season that West Ham have had, but they're not going to be relegated. And Aston Villa taking on Newcastle. I had that down as a 2-1 Aston Villa win. That finished 4-1 in an emphatic win for Aston Villa. And then on to Sunday 20th of April, you had 4 games. Fulham against Chelsea. I had that down as a 2-1 Fulham win. That finished 2-1 and a good comeback win for Chelsea, and a big 3 points for them on the road in that West London derby. And then Arsenal's away game against Ipswich, I had that down as a 2-0 Arsenal win. That finished 4-0 to Arsenal. Manchester United against Wolves, I had that down as a 3-1 Manchester United win. I did speak about, it's not going to surprise anybody with how Manchester United have been, that their focus is very much on the Europa League, and because it's on the Europa League, they're thinking about other things, and if they're going up against any competent team, whether it be home or away, I see them losing, and that's what's happened here against Wolves. Wolves ended up winning that game, and I think that surprised literally nobody. Don't know why I predicted 3-1, but here we are. Leicester against Liverpool, I had that down as a 2-0 Liverpool win. That finished 1-0 to Liverpool as they take a step closer to the Premier League trophy. And finally, on Monday night, you had Tottenham Hotspur taking on Nottingham Forest. And what I just said with Manchester United, apply the same to Tottenham Hotspur, because they've got nothing to play for in the Premier League, so they're going to rotate and rest all of their players in preparation for their Europa League ties, because that's where the success lies for them for the end of the season. So that finished 2-1 to Nottingham Forest, despite me predicting a 1-1 draw. And I'll be honest, up until these Europa League games have been completed, I can see Tottenham Hotspur and Manchester United continuing to drop points and lose games. So we've already had 2 games in the matchday number 34, Tuesday night, because of FA Cup action this weekend. You had Manchester City taking on Aston Villa. I had that down as a 1-1 draw as part of my bonus. That finished 2-1 to Manchester City, and a huge 3 points as City take a big step towards Champions League football for next season. For Aston Villa, they're looking at final 4 games. They need 4 wins. And then Arsenal against Crystal Palace, I had that down as a 2-1 Arsenal win. That finished 2-2 on Wednesday, meaning we're more than likely going to see the reign of Manchester City come to an end this weekend. We will be seeing new Premier League champions, I am sure of that, with Liverpool on the verge of winning the Premier League. So, starting off with my predictions on Saturday 26th of April 2025. Starting off with the early kickoff, you've got Chelsea taking on Everton at Stamford Bridge. That's kicking off at 12:30 p.m. BST, with the game being broadcast live here in the UK on TNT Sports. And I'm going with a Chelsea win, a big 3 points for them. Going to be a close game, but I see Chelsea edging this one, and I'm going 2-1 to Chelsea. In the 3 p.m. games, you've got Brighton and Hove Albion taking on West Ham. I think Brighton will be too strong for West Ham, and I see Brighton edging that game again. Might be quite close, going 2-1 win for Brighton. And then up to the northeast, you've got Newcastle taking on Ipswich, where Ipswich need 3 points. They need to win otherwise, they will be confirmed as relegated. I don't see anything other than Newcastle winning this game. They're competing for a Champions League spot for next season. Remember, the top 5 going to be a Champions League spot regardless of what happens in any other competitions, including that of the FA Cup and also the European competitions. And with that Newcastle win, it will mean Ipswich are relegated from the Premier League and joining Leicester City and also Southampton in being relegated, as that loss for Leicester City against Liverpool confirms their relegation into the Championship, and the 3 teams that came up last season going down, and we're seeing that in consecutive seasons now. So this little gap between how good the Premier League is and how good the Championship is, for me, getting a little bigger, and it can be, some can suggest, quite concerning. Southampton taking on Fulham. I think Fulham will be too strong going for an away win. They're going 2-0 to Fulham. And then the final 3 p.m. game on Saturday, you've got Wolverhampton Wanderers taking on Leicester City. Again, I think Wolves will be too strong for Leicester and going for a 2-1 win for Wolverhampton Wanderers. No evening kickoff on Saturday. I presume that's due to the match between Aston Villa and Crystal Palace taking place in the FA Cup, which I'm not doing a prediction for. And then on Sunday, you've got a couple of games. You've got AFC Bournemouth taking on Manchester United, and follow on with what I said before about Manchester United losing games whilst they prepare for the Europa League. Going down that theme, and I'm going Bournemouth to win that game by 2-1. That game kicking off at 2 p.m. BST, with the game being broadcast live on Sky Sports. And you've also got Liverpool taking on Tottenham Hotspur at 4:30 p.m. BST, with the game being broadcast live on Sky Sports. I think Liverpool will be too strong for Tottenham. Again, I'm going for them to rotate ahead of the Europa League, and I'm going for Liverpool to win that game and Liverpool to be crowned champions of the Premier League this weekend. Manchester City are playing, but that's in the FA Cup on Sunday in their game at Wembley against Nottingham Forest. And then the final game for match day number 34, which, because it's not taking place over the weekend, I've included it as a bonus rather than part of my prediction scoring. So that's the same with the Man City Aston Villa and the Arsenal Crystal Palace game. Same with Nottingham Forest game against Brentford, with that game taking place on Thursday, 1st of May, with a 7:30 p.m. BST kickoff time, with the game being broadcast live on Sky Sports. And this is where things get really interesting, because I can see Nottingham Forest dropping some points. Brentford, a very good team. I see them battling really hard, and I see them getting something at the City Ground. So I'm going 1-1, and Nottingham Forest to drop some points and making this Champions League race for the top 5 to get Champions League qualification into next season just that little bit more interesting. And realistically, that's all we're looking at in terms of the meaning over the next 4 match days as we get to the end of the season. So they're my predictions, they're my thoughts. Do let me know your thoughts and predictions in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up on the video. Do subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description to go and hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. And finally, do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. I'll see you all again real soon for the next video. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.